Okay, good day. So, on today's video, I'll be talking about break of structure. So, we'll be taking it very slow so you can be able to get the knowledge about it. So, I'm talking about break of structure. So, we all know when price is moving, creating higher highs and higher lows. When price is creating higher highs and higher lows. So, this point here, okay, that point there is the higher high. So I will um identify that as HH, which is higher high. And also this point here is also an higher high. And at every previous low, this is the higher low. And also for this is the higher low. Okay. And for every break of structure price creates, you must always see a pullback. If that pullback is retesting on a breaker block, or the pullback is retesting on an order block. So, and for a break of structure to be valid, price need to break above the previous high. That's one uptrend. Prices need to break above the previous high with the full body candlestick for the break of structure to be valid. So it must break above with a full body candle for the break of structure to be valid. Okay, for the order blocks and breaker blocks, there are different types of order blocks and there are different types of breaker block. And the order block is usually created when large institutions like the big banks and the firms, they are already involved in the market. So those kind of impulsive moment, or when you see there's high volatility in the market, that's the time those big institutions are already involved in the market. And during those process, price usually creates either a break of structure creating an order block, or you see price creating a breaker block. And for a breaker block is an order block that got violated. So each time you see an order block that did not play out, that order block has automatically turned into a breaker block. So I'll be showing you some examples of order blocks which you can see on the chart each time you are looking for an entry. So let me start with the bullish order block. So for the bullish order block, you see a red candlestick first. Okay, see a red candlestick first, followed by a blue candle, a green candlestick. So, and for the order block, for the bullish order block to be valid, the green candle, you must see a big candle, and the green candle must be bigger than the red candlestick. That's for a bullish order block. So now if you want to take an entry using this type of order block, now your entry should be from the body of the candle. Sorry, let me use this line. So your entry will be from the body of the candle, which is at the top. Your entry will be at the body of the candle. So for this kind of order block, this type of bullish order block. If you want to take your entry with this, your entry should be at the beginning of the red candlestick. So then your stop loss should just be a few distance below the candle. So, and also your take profit, you should be aiming for it. You can use a 1:3, or you can aim for liquidity for your take profit. So this is the first type of order block. This is a bullish order block. So this is a bullish order block. So each time you see price create a break of structure, you can, and you see price moving in a bullish direction. So let me just signify it on the screen here. So this one is for an uptrend. So now since for an uptrend, and you see price creating break of structure to the upside when price moving in an uptrend. So each time you see price retest creating a higher low, that higher low, price must always use either this kind of order block. So I will also explain I will also give examples of other types of order blocks. So but let me first explain this part. So each time price creates the break of structure, this particular type of order block, you can always find it at this previous low and also at this previous low here. So each time you see price create a break of structure and you see this particular type of order block, you can always take your entry from that order block, because price will probably retest on it, then continue on that direction. So let me give an example of the other type of order block that you can also see on the chart. So this is the other type of bullish order block you can always see on the chart. So firstly, okay, sorry, wait. So you see for a bullish order block, this is another example. So you see a red candle at the middle, then you see a green candlestick here. So see a green candle, then also a green candle here. So this is also another type of a bullish order block. Let me type this here again. So it's another type of a bullish order block. And for this kind of order block, if you want to take your entry using this kind of order block, your entry should be from the body of the candle at the middle. That's a red candle. For a bullish order block like this, your entry should be from the body of the candle at the middle. So for this kind of entry, you can simply put your entry at the beginning. Then your stop loss should be just a few pips or a few distance below the red candle. And for example, if there's a wick, if price creates a wick at this point here, let's say there's a wick at this point here, you use the stop loss now to cover the wick. Then you can just break it down a little bit below the wick candlestick. Then your take profit, you can use a 1:3 risk to reward ratio, 1:5 risk to reward ratio, or you can also aim for liquidity. So this is the other type of a bullish order block. And this type of order block, you can always see it each time price is creating higher high and higher low and creating multiple break of structure. So you can always use these types of order block to take your entry. So now for a bearish order block, we see a green candle, then followed by a red candlestick in this manner. And note the red candle must be bigger than the green. For a bearish order block, the red candle must be bigger than the green for a bearish order block. And if you want to take your entry using this type of order block, you mark from the wick of the candle. Mark from the wick of the candlestick. From the body of the candlestick, sorry. Mark from the body of the candlestick. And your entry should be from the body of the candle. Your take profit, you can use a 1:3, 1:5, or you aim for your liquidity. Then your stop loss should just be a few distance below that green candlestick. And also, for example, if there's a wick, the price creates a wick at this point. Let's say there's a wick here at the other block. You can simply use your stop loss now to cover up that wick candlestick just a few pips above that region. So for a downtrend, if price is moving in a downtrend, for every retest, you can always spot this kind of order block at this point and at this point here. And for the other type of a bearish order block, firstly you see a red candle, then next you see a green candle at the middle. Followed by a red candlestick, again at this point here. So now if you want to take your entry from this bearish order block, your entry should be from the beginning of the green candlestick. Then so your entry should be from the beginning of the green candle, and your stop loss just a few distance above the green candlestick. Remember, your entry must always be from the candle at the middle. Of the order block. Then your take profit, you can aim for 1:3, 1:5, or you aim for your liquidity. And in cases where there is a weak candlestick or there's a price creating a wick at this top, you use the stop loss now to cover up that wick. So these are the types of order block I normally use when I'm taking my trades. When I see price moving in a particular trend, I always use this type of order block to take my trades. And let's move to the next one, which is the breaker block. And we say a breaker block is an order block that got violated, or an order block that did not play out. So let me give a quick example of how the breaker block work. So let me clear this out from my screen. Okay, so now if you see price moving in this let's say for uptrend now, so let me make it very big. So let's say this is an uptrend, okay, and price created a break of structure from this region here. You see price create a break of structure here. So, and you spot, and after the break of structure, you spotted this kind of order block. At this point. It's always that kind of order block always form at this for an uptrend, it always form at this at the left hand side of the pullback. It always fall at the left hand side. So let's say you spot that order block there now, and price was supposed to retest on it. Price was to, let's say the other block was here. The other block was here, for example, now, which is the OB. So let's say this particular type of order block now was at this point here, and price is supposed to tap into that order block, then push to the downside, but instead you see price now broke above. See price now from this region, price broke above the order block, so automatically this order block here has automatically turned into a breaker block. So that's how the breaker block work. So that order block has automatically turned into a breaker block since it got violated. So now you see price come back again for that breaker block. To come back for that breaker block, it will retest on that breaker block, then take out this previous high. So you see, after price retest on that breaker block, it will go back again for the previous high, just like that. And after you see price now retest on the breaker, taking out the previous high, and let's say for example now this particular type of order block, this particular type of bullish order block, now you found it at this low. Yeah. So you found that particular type of order block at that low. Now you see price come for the OB. Price will come for that order block, to tap on the order block, then take out this high again. So you see price come for that previous high again, creating the final break of structure. So now this region here this region here won't be the break of structure, since this order block is still valid, and you see price retest on the breaker block first, taking out previous high. This point here is an invalid OB. So what the final OB is at this point. Must always use the retest from the order block as the final OB. So now final break of structure, sorry. So this one is the final break of structure after price retested on the order block. So now after this break of structure, what should you do next? You look for another order block or another breaker block. So let's say you spot another order block here, and price was supposed to retest on the order block at this point, and you see price broke above. Price was supposed to retest on the order block at this point after the break of structure, and suddenly you see price broke above the OB. That OB has automatically turned into a breaker block. So this OB now has automatically turned into a breaker block. So you see price now come back for the breaker block again, then push to the upside back, creating a break of structure. At this point here. So price come for the breaker block, creating a break of structure. And this, to use this particular type of strategy, you always need to keep checking multiple time frame. You always need to use multiple time frame to take your entry. So look for the order block, because you can either see a break of structure on the 15-minute time frame, but for you to be able to spot the order block and the breaker block, you need to go down to the 5-minute time frame. Or let's say you spot the break of structure on the 1-hour time frame. And most times, for you to be able to spot the order block or the breaker block, you need to go down to time frames from 30 minutes below, so you can be able to spot the order block. So this particular example, I'll be showing you on the charts how I was able to get this particular entry on BTC USD. And for every time frame, there's always a break of structure on every time frame. So this particular trade, I used the 30 minutes time frame. So now from 30 minutes time frame, see, I didn't even do much back testing like that. I just follow the trend. So now from this point here, price created the market structure shift. And the market structure shift is what used to what used to know that the previous trend is not valid and price is gonna move in a new trend. So let's say price is moving in one trend, and suddenly you see price now break below this previous low, which price was supposed to retest on. See price break below this previous low here. So that has automatically turned into a market structure shift. So that was what I did here. So you see now from this point here, price was creating multiple break of structure. From this point here, price was creating multiple break of structure to the upside. And to this point here. And from this thing here, you can see this was the previous low that price created. Now you see price now push to the downside, breaking below that previous low. So what will that automatically tell you? That the uptrend is not valid anymore and price has automatically turned into a downtrend since it broke below this previous low here. So now what should you do next after the market structure shift? You either look for a breaker block or you look for an order block. So now if you look closely at this point here, from these examples of that on the screen. So from this example of this type of order block and also this type of order block here, you can spot it after the market structure shift here. If you look closely now, you see it here at this point. So I just quickly put my entry at the body of the candle. You can see immediately price gets to that breaker block, it taps on it, then push to the downside again to take out this previous low. Push the downside to take out that previous low, creating a break of structure. So after the break of structure, what should you do next? Wait for price to retest again on another breaker block or another order block. So now after the break of structure, what do you spot next? You can clearly see this other one here after the break of structure. So you can simply draw that line back again. To this point here. That's why you see I took my entry from that region there because of the breaker block. Because of this breaker block there. That's why I took my entry after that break of structure. So now when I opened the chart, first thing I saw after that, like what I said before, there are break of structures on multiple time frames, different patterns. So you always have to look for break of structures, or you look for where price did the market structure shift, just like that. So from here now, before price did that break of structure, you see price was moving in a downtrend. So you just have to keep following up the trend. Just follow up the trend. Don't just ignore everything or every other thing price is doing, and follow just the trend. Once you follow the trend, it will serve as a guidance, because each time you trade against the trend, you will always get stopped out. Each time you trade against the trend. So now see price was moving in a downtrend. Down to this point here, and this was the previous high that price created. And from the pattern of this to spot a market structure shift for a downtrend when you see price creating multiple break of structure to the downside, and suddenly you see price breaking above the previous high, which is at this point here. So this is the market structure shift. That's the market structure shift. So you can clearly see that's the market structure shift, and I marked that out. So after the market structure shift, what should you do next? You look for a breaker block or you look for an order block. So now you can clearly see this was an order block here that got violated and it turned into a breaker block. So you can see I just used the body of the candle at the middle, then I drew it to the right side. I indicated that as the BB, and you see price tap into it here and push to the upside again, creating another break of structure. So after the break of structure, what can you spot next? You see another BB again. That's the same pattern again. You see the candle at the middle. I put my entry with the candle at the middle, and you see price came, tap into it, then push to the upside again. So now after the BB, remember I told you there are different types of order blocks. We have this kind of order block, we have this type of bullish order block also, and from this stuff, if you recall from this stuff, I said once price creates once price creates a break of structure and there's a breaker block here and also an order block here, price will first of all use the breaker block, then take out the previous high, then come back again to use the order block before going back to take out the final high again. So now from this point here, you see from the trend price, okay, let's say price move first of all from this point, retested again, created the break of structure, it came back to use the breaker block to take out previous high. Yeah, take out the previous high with the breaker block, and you can clearly see from this low there's an order block there at that low. So you can clearly see there's an order block at that low, and that type of order block is this type here. Is this type of bullish order block there. So what should you do next? Your entry should be from the body of the candle. Mark the candlestick, then you see I drew to the right hand side. You see price came in, tap on it, then took out this previous high as the final break of structure. So you can clearly see the pattern clearly see the pattern here. Price came from bottom, created the order block here, moved to the upside, retested on the breaker block first, took out previous high again, came back to use the order block for taking out the final high. So this kind of pattern always work if you can be able to spot them on the chart. So after that now remember you always have to follow the trend. After that now, in the process of price moving into the upside to take out this previous high, I noticed price was creating multiple break of structure. From that point here. So you always have to follow the trend each time you open the chart. You see price was creating multiple break of structure up to this high here. And from this point, you can see this was the previous low price created. Now, if you trace it to the right hand side, price broke below that previous low from this point. That's to tell you the the uptrend is not valid and price has automatically moved into a downtrend. So what should you do next? You either look for an order block or you look for a breaker block. So when I look at this whole region here, I couldn't find any breaker block or order block on this 30-minute time frame. So what did I do next? I moved down to a lower time frame. So now I move down to a lower time frame. I think the 5 minute time frame. So either the 5 minutes or the 15-minute time frame. So I move down to a lower time frame. Okay, I think the 15-minute time frame. Move down to a lower time frame. Now you can clearly see this order block here, which is this is sorry. So you can clearly see this order block here, which is this for a bearish order block. That's for a bearish order block. So now simply mark the beginning of this order block with the body of the candle. Then when you trace it back to this point here, you see price retested on it, then pushed to the downside again, taking out this previous low. So that's how I was able to get this sniper entry on this particular trade, just like that. So on our next class, I'll be doing a recap on this, and also if you have any question concerning this video today, you can just ask me and I'll give you an answer on that. Thank you.